What's good, Boston Clinic family? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. I'm back. You know what it is with another video. This is the media and fan reaction, and just boxers and just the whole reaction to Errol Spence. Last night I just did the reaction to the fight. Everybody know I do 2 reaction videos. Happy Sunday. I usually drop this on Monday, but it's a little busy. Back to the work week grind. But Errol Spence, after the fight, just from his camp. I looked at some footage that said Manny Pacquiao my ass and hype job my ass, referring to John David Jackson, calling him a hype job and kind of knock him because he wanted to one up Manny Pacquiao. And I said for Errol Spence to really catch the eye of opponents that he wanted to face in the future, he had to stop Manny Pacquiao. I had to stop Chris Algier and one up Manny Pacquiao. He did that in spectacular fashion. I know John David Jackson has said he had no inside game, and Errol Spence looked pretty good on the inside to me. They were saying that, footwork was kind of suspect. It wasn't. He cut the ring off versus a very quick, and he cut the ring off better than Pacquiao cut it on Algieri. So he answered a lot of questions last night. He is the mandatory for Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook can get 2 voluntary defenses. I think Kell Brook won't take that fight. Spence said he was willing to go to England to fight Kell Brook. I heard some reaction from Fast Eddie Chambers. He said you can hear the body shots that he was hitting Algieri with, and if people was questioning the stoppage, which not a lot of people were, he said it was an excellent stoppage, even though Algieri got up so many times from Pacquiao, that he did deserve the benefit of the doubt. But he said you could really hear the impact from those body shots that Errol Spence was putting on him. And I watched in the video, Keith Thurman said, this is like a couple years or a year ago, 8 months ago, when Errol Spence called him out, basically he said he had to build himself up because everybody was laughing when he first made his debut on HBO and he called out Floyd, and he just said it took him 3 years just to get in position for people to be clamoring for him to fight Floyd. And I agree with him. It's the same thing for Errol Spence. You got to crawl before you walk, before you call out the big names, but he's going to get the big names now. And a couple guys that he should consider facing if he can't get Kell Brook in the next 6 months or 2 fights. Diego Chavez is a good test for him. I think Sammy Vacas and him already fought in the amateurs. I think that's just doing both of those guys wrong because they're both undefeated and young. Maybe you build that up a little more. They do have history. Robert Guerrero was out there. Things like that, and he just don't put 147 on those. He put 154 and 140 on those because guys that's want to step up from 140 to 147 is pretty gonna think twice about it. Fucking with Errol Spence. So I definitely don't see too many people competing with him. I think he blows out Danny Garcia. I think he blows out Sean Porter. I think him and Keith is a 50-50 fight, but I kind of lean towards Errol Spence, and I'm a big Keith Thurman fan. So just different reaction to what people said. And then you had a Steve Cunningham and Glowacki fight. I didn't really cover that yesterday. Steve Cunningham really looked his age, like he couldn't take too much punishment. He should probably consider hanging it up, man, because he was just dropping from punches that really he didn't used to drop from. So maybe that's a cumulative age. And then the robbery of the night on NBC was Marcus Browne and the guy that looked like Colin Kaepernick from the 49ers. I can't pronounce his name. Marcus Browne lost that fight, man. That was just the shittiest part of boxing is these horrible decisions. So pretty much that's it. Then Errol Spence, to get back on Errol Spence, he did one on Manny Pacquiao. He said he's more technically sound than Manny Pacquiao. He's definitely more technically sound than Manny Pacquiao, but Pacquiao is not big on technique. That's what makes Pacquiao unique and difficult to deal with. Him and Pacquiao right now, I still lean towards Pacquiao because Errol Spence haven't seen the angles, but I wouldn't be surprised if Errol Spence stopped Pacquiao to the body. I wouldn't be surprised if Errol Spence beat Canelo Alvarez right now because he's very, very large, 147. So, the world is his right now, and people have to give him his opportunity. Pretty much so. Maybe Josito Lopez out there too. But then late last night I kind of fell asleep on it. Gary Russell versus Patrick Hyland. Patrick Hyland, a lot of people that hadn't heard of him. He had fought Javier Fortuna to a decision, another undefeated fighter. And Gary Russell blew him out in 2 rounds. Like I told you guys, Gary Russell is the now of the featherweights with Vasily Lomachenko moving on to super featherweight. Nobody can fuck with him. He said he won't leave Shelby first. I think Lee Shelby has the best chance with he has the most experience over Oscar Velez and Joseph Diaz to beat him. Leo Santa Cruz said back in January, I seen an interview that he said he's ready for him. They fought in the amateurs and Gary Russell got him. I think Gary Russell blows out Leo Santa Cruz, stops him. I think he beats Shelby by unanimous decision. Nobody's fucking with Gary Russell in that division right now. And if they are, they just too young and don't have experience. So this your boy, CJ Goodfella. Boxing Clinic. We gone. Happy Sunday, fellas.